3, 2, 1. We're live.
Damn, son.
Welcome,
That's the official start.
one and
pod.
all.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
We're back in this bitch.
Cool.
Are we good?
Yeah,
I see
we're
red
good.
and blue. That's a good sign.
No, I'm blue, you're red.
I like red, the dark side.
Yeah. All right. Time to take this off now.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah, man. Want some chocolate?
Dun, dun, dun.
Is that copyrighted? Because we're gonna have to censor that.
Don't sue us, George Lucas. Oh, I guess Disney now. Oh, we're fucked.
Oh, definitely, man, definitely.
Disney's gonna rape us.
Yeah. What's your favorite candy?
I love Kit Kat, dude.
Oh, really?
This is a great choice.
Love. Dang. Okay.
I love top.
I'm okay with Kit Kat. I'm not even a big fan of candy. I'm just a fat ass now.
Are we mukbanging again?
Mukbanging, yeah. Mukbanging all fucking every episode now.
Now that is a good Kit Kat.
Do you remember the commercials?
Give me a break. Give me a break.
Break me off a piece of that.
I
I wonder what the fuck.
Yeah, it's
they
good
have now.
commercials. 90s.
That
right?
sucks, man. That sucks that I remember shit like that and I can't
know.
remember important things.
Can't remember anything like physics.
Can't remember how to complete a square.
I wonder
and
if are
shit.
the equations in the
in the shot? Barely.
I wonder.
Barely.
Okay.
Yeah.
People would see this and be like, wow, plebes. Quadratic formula. Completing the square. Fucking idiots. Like the people we know would be like, what is that casual shit on there?
Clever. Well, the hardcore among us, yeah.
Yeah. Which is everyone. If you're in grad school, you're pretty much hardcore.
That's kind of true.
Mostly.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's good, Juan? How you been?
Chilling.
Chilling?
Well, I've been busy, man.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
you got a lot of shit going on. Glad you at least made time for today.
Barely, dude. Fuck, we went to that restaurant. It took forever.
Yeah.
Serve food. But it was
Margarita, what is it? Margarita Friday or some shit?
I think it's Margarita Day,
No.
like of the year.
I see. So you
Yeah, we
got
do okay.
twisted on margaritas.
I guess.
Not really a fan,
Yeah, not a fan.
gotta
either.
say. You either?
Diabetic. Go into a diabetic coma if I do.
Yeah, I don't like sugar in my alcohol.
I don't mind it. It's just, I don't know. I think I'd rather drink beer if I'm going to drink anything.
Yeah, same.
So
Brr.
that's my take. But yeah, man, well, dude, there were so many good things. This is why I hate like having something to do before we meet up,
Yeah,
because we always talk about shit.
we do.
And
We
then-
get
and
all
then-
our podcast topics out,
Yeah,
not on
yeah,
the podcast.
So it's like the whole point of this fucking thing, us recording our
Yeah.
conversations, because we have funny conversations.
And the thing is, I feel like we have to get warmed up too to start really get the ball rolling. So it's
On
like,
here?
yeah, on the podcast.
Yeah, on here, yeah,
like,
yeah,
when
I
we're
agree.
out and fucking about, we're just like right into it. You know what I mean?
Right off the cuff, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's right, dude.
because we're
Never
trying
gotta-
trying to entertain at the same time.
Yeah. It's like I can barely chew gum and walk.
Yeah.
So, baby steps.
Yeah.
Baby steps. Dude, what were we talking about? We were saying something
I don't
about.
know.
Oh, I was saying why there's so much, because we're talking about sugar.
Oh,
Speaking of
yeah.
candy.
We're dying on sugar.
Yeah, and I was just
Diabetes.
saying. Yeah, I was mentioning that, like, well, you were like talking about your salt intake, and I was saying how like I don't have a problem with salt, but you do, and I was like, well, like sugar's pretty high on the American diet anyway, like, so there's not like
Pretty high. You mean we consume large amounts of sugar? Sugar.
yeah. The
God,
typical
I
American
cannot
diet.
speak with these fucking headphones on. That's one
Yeah.
thing I've noticed with these podcasts. I feel like I don't speak as well because this headphone delay and this fucking shit here.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. Look, I'm all off, dude. I'm off,
I guess
bro.
right.
Look,
I feel like I should though, because I feel like as soon as I take it off, I'm gonna get disconnected or something, and then I'm not gonna be talking in the mic the whole time.
I could tell. Hello. Hey, no, I'm just kidding. Nah,
I'm
I
just
can
gonna
tell
leave it.
because looking over.
I don't know,
Well,
bro.
you would be able to tell because then you wouldn't get a reading here. You
Well,
see
I
that?
can't. Oh, I never noticed
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Technical bullshit. Okay. Boring. Anyway.
Yeah, my bad. Anyway, yeah, no, we were just saying how like I don't know. I was just saying like how fucking the American diet is full of sugar and stuff.
Right.
It's unique in the sense that the like there was a farm bill or subsidy bill that the U.S. had passed to allow corn farmers to grow more corn, and so basically the U.S. subsidizes certain foods, and in this case it's corn. So farmers were like, "Oh shit, what can we do with all this corn?" So a lot of them like, you know, went into making more foods like corn to feed the population or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them decided to just make high fructose corn syrup. So just make corn syrup out of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's cheap. It's cheap to keep. It's cheap to store. You know what I mean? Because it has a long shelf life. It's just fucking sugar.
Yeah.
And then boom, just, you know, put it. And now it's in everything.
Yeah.
Now there's copious amounts of sugar in everything because it's the cheapest sugar that you can buy because it's subsidized by the government.
Mm.
So in a sense, the government's kind of creating like a negative feedback loop. People are getting fat, asking for health care, and then feeding them shitty fucking sugar. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a.
But they're not providing any health care, so.
But the people are demanding
like
adequate health care now because they're like, we're fucking fat and obese.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're losing our limbs here, okay? We're getting diabetic.
Healthcare system is so broken, though.
Yeah,
it's kind of really bad.
It's uniquely bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why
especially like nowadays, because you think, like as a kid, you're like, America's the greatest. We literally do nothing wrong. We have so much good shit.
Yeah,
then as you get an adult, you just get more and more disillusioned. And like the healthcare system is one of these things that's just so disappointing.
Yeah, that's why I can't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, because I know too much.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I'm proud.
That actually is a good segue because that leads me to my topic. I don't know if you planned that.
No, I didn't, but you know. But let me tell you why I wouldn't stand.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No.
Should I go
that
with the topic?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's do it. So I don't know. Did you hear about the whole situation?
Yeah. I saw like headlines. I read headlines. I didn't really think about it.
Yeah, so I'll just give the brief. It said a student was arrested for a disturbance after refusing to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Mm-hmm. Basically, he got called out by his substitute teacher.
Oh, great.
And they had a couple words to exchange.
Oh, shit.
And the kid got a police officer sent in and arrested.
Yeah.
You want me to read I guess, the brief quotes they have here? This is in Florida, of course, by the way.
Oh, yeah, guaranteed.
So it says the substitute teacher says, this is the kid refusing to stand for the pledge.
Yeah.
She says, if you don't like it here, go back to where you came from.
Oh, my God.
And the kid says, do you mean Africa? It's a black student.
Yeah.
He's in 6th grade.
Damn, woke.
And she says, yes.
Oh, man.
The young man that says, you are a teacher. I don't think you should be talking to students this way. And then that's not it. Hold up.
Oh.
Don't blow your load.
Oh, damn. Okay.
This is at this point, the teacher called security into the classroom. So that's it. Yeah.
No, that wasn't perfect, but that was abysmal by the teacher, the substitute teacher. Jesus.
It was
worse than I thought. It's worse than I thought. I would thought it was like, kid just protesting,
Right. But she had some stereotypical things to say.
Wow, dude. Well, I mean, the bar for substitute teachers is already really low.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially in the South.
Yeah.
I think they just grab a homeless person off the street. Would have done a better job in this case. Hey, kids, you want to learn about fentanyl today? Or whatever the fuck? We have a crisis on our hands. I don't have fentanyl in my veins.
Give me all your lunch, buddy.
Yeah. Look, guys, I'm really
Teacher's
suffering.
fun. Teacher's fentanyl fun.
No, but yeah, man, dude, I didn't know it was that bad, man.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I thought it was like one of those things where it was just like, oh yeah, a kid. Because I mean, me is like a kid growing up. Sometimes I didn't stand. I don't think I stood up for the Pledge of Allegiance, but just because I didn't want to make a big scene. But I didn't. I never put my I would never really do the.
What do you think about the pledge, in general?
I think it's a socialist.
Shut up.
Construct. Actually, I did look this up, and it is a socialist guy, actually made the Pledge of Allegiance.
Really?
The Founding Fathers didn't have any. The Founding Fathers, by the way, for the record, would be creeped out by the fact that we indoctrinate children to this level of like having them pledge allegiance to the state.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, dude, what the fuck are we
It's so weird.
It's the weirdest, most archaic thing that, like, well, for one, should kind of scare you as like already.
Dude,
like,
you're saying the exact words. I talked about this with my roommate already, and you're saying like literally the same things I said. It's like one of these things. Like, you should be scared if someone's telling you need to pledge allegiance to something.
Especially
that's when
children.
I raise my eyebrow.
Especially children who have no say, can't even vote.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
they're literally just going through the routine to brainwash them.
It's fascinating. It is
I don't think
really
anybody should stand for the pledge. I think the pledge should be gotten rid of.
It's a social. I mean it sincerely. If you're conservative and you're like, if you know anybody whose families are conservative, just tell them the Pledge of Allegiance was written by a socialist. Because they can verify this and be like, holy shit, a socialist wrote this.
That's a good idea.
And then have their brain explode.
Get rid of it.
Fuck that. Yeah. Actually, I wouldn't know how they would respond. They'd probably say fake news, but they can just verify this for themselves. And it's fascinating because like it's something that wasn't even on the radar of like the beginning of the country. Like like I don't know if in the creation of the country, I don't know if there was ever I don't know if the founding fathers ever thought that there would be such a strong, or if they envisioned America having like a really strong identity, or like they already did envision parties as they are now. You know, they did not think it wasn't even on the radar. Like, just like, oh yeah, you know, states are just going to come together and the federal government's going to do this and whatever. But yeah, it just. Anyway,
I don't think they envisioned it to this level, but I think they had like a dream vision, a dream scenario.
Yeah.
Cat's out of the bag.
Nah, you can't see her. You can't see her. She's not.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, unless she gets here, or back here, but it's fine. Nah, man, it's kind of like, I don't know. What was your take on it? Like,
pretty much the same as you. I'm not a fan. I don't like any kind of indoctrination. Yeah. I don't like standing and saying I'm pledging allegiance to something that I don't have any understanding of. Especially in middle school when I have no well-formed opinions.
Right.
Especially politically.
I was surprised the sixth grader had a whole thing.
Well, he's just regurgitating whatever he hears from his mom or dad, you know.
I don't know. It's sixth grade. I mean, we had more. Yeah. You and I our generation had way more bands being political about stuff. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like, we had bands like Rage Against the Machine, System of a Down.
But that's
all these anti-establishment bands. Shit. Yeah, but
fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Yeah, that's like every kid thinks that. Like,
yeah, but we. I mean, you would have imagined
political. It's just fucking low-hanging fruit political.
But I'm saying you would have imagined us people in our generation doing that more than. I mean, I guess I don't know. I would have. I'm saying like the frequency,
kid, man.
I mean, I guess, but you know, I'm saying that in our generation, I would have imagined more people being anti-establishment.
In our generation,
yeah, because we grew up with System of a Down. All these, the music was telling you, don't trust authority in a sense.
Well, what do kids listen to these days?
Pop music,
like One Direction
some
or
rap
something.
Music, yeah. I mean,
Bieber.
I mean, rap music,
Gucci gang,
but rap music nowadays is like really, it's kind of like the punk movement, but it's like not, it doesn't necessarily have the same energy as punk. Like, it's just like it's the intensity of punk. It's like, yeah, like, you know, we're going to fucking like.
It has a message, a deep.
Yeah, they're going to get hyphy. They're going to get, well, it's not a deep.
You mean, punk?
Yeah. Like punk is more like anti-establishment. Yeah.
Like it's got more of a meaning to it.
Yeah,
rap
but
it's more like let's get fucked up and lit and shit.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Lit is that intensity of like, let's fuck shit up. But like,
it doesn't have any deeper like meaning to it.
It's fun.
It's literally just have fun.
It's have fun. And that's a great message. Like, look, have fun. But there's no politics behind any. I don't think any leading artists today I've heard like really have a leading political message. Besides maybe that Logic song, but it was more about like, hey, call the suicide hotline if you need help or something.
But also Logic is not the mainstream kind of rap.
Yeah.
He's like trying to go back to the lyricism and shit.
Yeah.
You know, he's not trap, which is like the kind of forerunner of mainstream rap.
True. Well, maybe 21 Savage nowadays, since he got put in.
He's trap, bro.
I know, but he got put into, you know, ICE detention because he was referencing, like, he was referencing ICE holding kids at the border and shit, separating families.
That's a conspiracy.
That's sort of political, though.
That's a conspiracy. Yeah, you're right, but that's...
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
You see his video?
Yeah.
I liked it. I still don't understand, and I don't have an interpretation for it yet.
I don't either, but it was good.
Yeah, I feel like there's something there, but I didn't get it yet. But I only watched it once, so I haven't thought about it enough.
I don't know.
Because it's like it's like this, I don't know if it's a family, it's just a bunch of people who are like real nicely dressed. It looks like a formal party or something, or like a funeral or something, but they're all happy. But then it like cuts to them in like these fucked up situations. So I'm like,
it's just showing you like, you know, I don't know why video directors do this. Because the artist should be like, it should go with the music.
Maybe it does.
Because to me, there's sort of a disjoint there, because it's saying like the video is telling me that you think people are living happy lives, but they're going through some shit, or there's some shit that they've gone through. Everybody's just kind of like showing you their best when they go out or in a social environment. They're showing them you at their best, because like people are dressed well and shit. Yeah. But then in their day-to-day lives, they're like, you know, they're hurting, they're fucking, you know, they go through trauma, they do blah, 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 you know, whatever the music video showed.
Yeah, but he's like, also like, how many chances you got? A lot.
I guess maybe.
So maybe
I guess it is sort of,
to do with it.
I'm saying it's that kind of, the message is kind of loosely tied to the video, but I wouldn't say it's like one-to-one, like, you know.
I don't necessarily don't mind that at all.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because I like different artists' interpretations, and the videographer is an artist too. That's so fair. It's like almost you get to see their side of what they think of the song too.
Yeah, that's fair.
As long as it's not completely random. I can't stand random for the sake of random.
Yeah, dude. What
that shit
I hate
annoys
music
me.
videos that do that.
Yeah,
it's so annoying.
It's like really. I saw one the other day where the guy's got fucking lips on his shirt, and then he's like fucking dancing in the in the valley. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like,
really
have a
puts
message.
Me off. I know,
that's just
dude.
Stupid.
I hate music. Like that's not even like, I don't know, because music already, like, unless you're listening to absurd music, then you can pair that with absurd visuals. But
the thing is, even absurd music, a lot of absurd music I've heard has visuals that match it somehow.
Yeah.
Like, that has some kind of depth to it.
Yeah.
When it's just simply random shit, that's annoying as hell.
Yeah. There's a clear, like, divide between the song and the video. Like, you could have just recorded footage and put a video over it.
Right.
I mean, put a song over it. And then
like, even if you just have, like, a visual kind of, like, trippy, what do you call it, kaleidoscope thing going on. Yeah. At least it still makes sense, because it's like showing you like these are like these trippy geometric images or something. Yeah. But just like trying to make a random story doesn't fucking work. I don't that's annoying.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Speaking of like going back to the U.S. thing, like, I think we should have a new national anthem.
What should it be?
Like, that I would be proud of standing up.
Huh? 21 Savage should write it.
Dude, they need to get...
How many states you got? A lot.
Yeah. They really do need to fucking do that, man. They need to do like it. Because, you know, the anthem I would have stood up on was like after 9/11. They had that song by, you know, take your shirt off. Twist it around your head.
Spin it like a helicopter. P.D. Pablo.
Yeah, P.D. Pablo. Man,
back in the days.
See, I would stand up right now if that was the Pledge of Allegiance.
Raise up.
Like that. Imagine if that was the Pledge of Allegiance. Everybody would be like, fuck
that'd be lit as fuck.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's our generation's national anthem. Like, we don't need this fucking 1950s. Right.
America, raise up.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. Or like at least be tongue in cheek. Like, you could do the American fuck yeah. Like, you know, that's sort of like, yeah, you know, we think we're awesome, but we're kind of like, we're problematic, you know, but we think we're pretty good. Like, despite all our shortcomings, we're still pretty great.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you can sort of poke fun at yourself. I was gonna say they should do like a Christmas album kind of thing, because you know how Christmas songs, they always do like.
Who should do the Christmas album?
Like, it's like Christmas songs are always remixed or like reformulated.
Yeah. Or resung.
Or resung by different... That's how the anthem should be.
It kind of is. Every time you watch an anthem sung by someone at like a Super Bowl game or something, they always got to add,
oh, but that is the national... Oh, wait, no, you know what?
I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. All right, you know, the national anthem's not that bad, but it depends on the person. But the Pledge of Allegiance should be different.
That's not even a song.
That's not a song.
That's just a fucking mantra.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible.
No under God anymore.
Oh,
You're
really?
Old. Yeah.
Oh, damn. I was raised in Texas, man. We got God before government.
But Obama rescinded the under God part.
They should.
Thankfully, it was
at
originally
the very
like
least,
that.
At the very least, they should do that.
It was originally like that, though.
Yeah, I mean, dude, a socialist wrote it, dude. I'm just kidding. I know that must twist the brains of some conservatives. Like, if they actually knew that a socialist, I mean, he was like a Christian socialist or something. But like, yeah, it was kind of like, it's just like, yeah. Once they get into, I don't know.
But anyway. He was a Christian. That's all I'll say. He was a Christian.
Dude, yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Are we recording, by the way, Juan?
Yeah, we should be.
You sure? I don't see any red or blue moving.
Oh, no, we're good.
Okay.
It's still writing.
All right, good.
That's the timer.
I'm always paranoid about that now.
Same. Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck is she eating? Hey, you bitch.
The way she looks back.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, there you go. Stupid ass cat. Yeah, grab that. You're good. You're still plugged in, so it's not a problem.
Yeah.
You just gotta. Yeah, give me that shit.
My headphones are fucked up.
And now for some music.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, it was. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, good.
Jesus Christ.
What a fucking stupid cat.
Macy's ruined everything.
Yeah, she's dumb. Cats are so dumb.
Socialism.
No. I was just saying, like, they should. Honestly, I don't know why we're still doing that shit, but
yeah.
I don't know. What do you think it's keeping it around? Like, why don't people just say, yeah, we should just do away with it?
It's something we've done forever. And it's such a minor deal that no one ever really thinks about changing it. Because you only do it
because it is so inconsequential. Because, like, I don't, admittedly, it's not like I'm actually pledging allegiance to the flag.
Right, we've been saying
I'm not signing a contract. Yeah. We're not signing contracts to say, yeah, I'm going to die for this flag or something.
Right.
It's just like a stupid fucking thing. I don't even know.
Just another way to indoctrinate kids.
But it's so strange. Like, I just know the mantra. I'm not going to pledge allegiance.
Yeah.
Like, even if war broke out,
right? I
wouldn't pledge allegiance. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I have an allegiance to a USA, but I don't have an allegiance to any shit when I'm in 6th grade. I don't have any thought in my mind of what the fuck I'm trying to do. And the thing is, America's so great, you shouldn't need to pledge anything. That's like Soviet Russia type bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, there's no wool being pulled over your eyes. You need to fucking say, oh, I need to pledge allegiance to build some kind of brainwash foundation for these people.
Yeah.
We don't need that in America. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
Pledge or not.
Yeah, true.
America's the greatest.
Yeah. You can kneel if you want.
That's right.
Stand up, pledge if you want.
Yeah.
It's weird. You know, there were some people calling for a draft.
Why?
Because there's some politicians that think that our generation isn't anti-war because no one's gone to war. So to them, they're so removed from the casualty of war that they're like, you guys have lost sight of the risk of war.
Okay.
So like a lot of liberals are sort of like, like, you know, like they're not, like the left used to be anti-war.
Well, I think they still are.
I think on paper, but
nobody really talks about war much anymore.
That's what I'm saying. This is what the guy's argument is. He's saying we're at war constantly.
Oh, that's true.
Yet none of us are talking about an exit strategy.
Oh,
for war.
I see. Their silence is speaking volumes.
Yeah. Their silence is enough. The silence is more of a not a condemnation. What is it? Like affirmation of like. Like we're complacent.
Condonation. I don't know what you'd say.
Nah, they're like complacent with it. Like they don't think there's anything really wrong with it. It's just like they're doing, you know, we're just in war.
Right.
Yeah.
I get it.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, this guy's a lunatic. I don't agree with him. The draft guy.
Oh yeah.
I don't agree with that.
It's stupid. We've got enough people to fight wars anyway. We don't need a draft.
Yeah. But just letting you know, these are people from the left, by the way. People crazy, man.
Yeah.
Some people are crazy. Anyway, so what's up? You were saying there was something else we were talking about.
What? Podcast topics? I got a couple more.
What the fuck were we saying?
In the car?
You were telling me about classical music.
Oh, you want to talk classical?
Well, because I was like, what the hell? Because, I was like, this is Chopin, or who is this?
Mozart.
Thank you,
fucking
Mozart.
plebe.
Mozart. And
the best.
And then I was saying, for a long time ago, I was kind of trying to get into classical music, and I picked up Chopin, Beethoven, all the recommendations of typical the mainstream shit.
Yeah.
And they're good. It's good stuff, but I was like, what are good recommendations? And then I was like, I like rock. What's his name?
Rachmaninoff.
Yeah.
Russian.
Russian guy. And I was like, I like that he's emo classical music where he's very intense.
Intense.
Yeah. And then I was asking for recommendations.
Virtuosic. Very virtuosic.
Yes. In one instrument, right? You're saying
yeah. Piano.
And I like this fucking music. And then you were talking about he was that was towards the end of a certain era.
Yeah, so there's several eras of classical music, and Rachmaninoff would be in the romantic era of classical.
And for the record, now we're in what era?
We're in the contemporary modern era.
Short after, what defines modern music? Modern classical music.
So that's the thing. A lot of shit with modern anything just means weird. So modern music, a lot of it is atonal. It can be 12 tonal, but then also modern music can be things like movie composition, minimalism. There's so many different things for modern music. It's kind of a less tight, definition. Because it was real clear what kind of music was Baroque or classical or even romantic, and then modern kind of is the classical genre that defies a lot of boundary of music. So I guess the best way I would define modern music is genre defying, or music. Let me see a better way to say it. Expanding the boundaries of music.
I see.
Yeah.
So expanding the boundaries, meaning that you're finding new boundaries in those genres.
You're taking music to the limit. So you're getting rid of things like melody, or getting rid of harmony, or you're getting rid of structure, rhythmic structure, and you're just doing all these weird things to challenge the notions of what music really is. That's a lot of what defines the modern era.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it goes all over the place. And there's some recognizable people like Philip Glass today that's a modern composer. He's a minimalist composer. Not very active as much anymore, but, during the 80s, during the... I don't know if you know the movie Koyaanisqatsi.
No.
It's
Sounds like Goatsy, but no.
Far from that.
Something Goatsy? Yeah, I've heard of it.
I think you would actually get into one. It's really a cool movie, man. It's like an existential kind of movie where it's a bunch of images of industrial stuff. And Koyaanisqatsi is a Hopi Indian word that means life out of balance. So it's basically showing how the modern world is this kind of abomination, and how people today, how we live, is a life out of balance. So it's like the modern man's plight, and it's kind of put over this really awesome soundtrack, all these visual images, and it's a part of a trilogy. There's a Koyaanisqatsi, I think the second one was maybe Nakoikatsi, and then the last one was Powakatsi. I might have the order fucked up. It might be Powakatsi second, but it's really cool. And Philip Glass does all the composition for that, and it's minimalist composing. You've probably heard some of the songs. There was a couple in the Watchmen movie.
Dude, I haven't seen Watchmen.
You haven't seen Watchmen?
Not all the way through.
Oh, okay. It's a good movie.
Yeah. I just remember it being like a blue... I remember people always saying blue penis guy.
Dr. Manhattan. That's the guy who had the soundtrack for Koyaanisqatsi.
Blue penis guy.
Yeah. It's very existentialist music.
Yeah, I heard
his whole backstory was he recreated himself after he got destroyed in the tachyon.
I heard he gave himself cancer from like showing his friends teleportation.
He gave people around him cancer.
Okay.
I don't know why. I guess they're saying because the tachyon particles are cancer.
Yeah.
It's movie physics, so I don't really understand.
Movie logic.
Because tachyons aren't really even real. They're just like some hypothetical
imaginary
faster than light particles.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I like that movie a lot.
Damn.
At least they tried to put some scientific explanations into things. I think actually the guy who advised that movie was a scientist. He's the guy who made the book on applying physics to the superheroes.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah, and they hired him for that movie.
What a nerd.
Yeah.
Nah.
Must be a great gig, though.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I was going to say, that's a cool job.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking consulting for movies.
That'd be so fun.
That would be great. Like, just, yeah. I'm just like, I mean, because, like, there was always those physics problems where they have some, like, guy, like, Evil Knievel, like, has to launch. You have to find the fucking, like, angle or something. Right. He weighs this much. The ramp is, what velocity does he need to clear the thing? Yeah.
And then the ramp is, like, 30 degrees above the horizontal or something. Yeah. Classics. So projectile like motion problems.
Yeah. I mean, there's that. There's that, but that's boring as hell. Like, I would love to consult, like, on a, like Interstellar was such a cool movie.
Yeah.
And that was a great movie.
The black hole in that movie was basically like a simulation, according to Brian Cox.
Yeah.
The Joe Rogan podcast that we talked about, I guess, last week or a couple weeks ago, maybe?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. Well, technically the last episode, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, he was saying that basically that black hole was a complete simulation.
Nice.
It wasn't just some movie bullshit. It was actually a simulation of black hole.
What the hell do you think is inside of a black hole?
Dude, I don't know. Some good pussy, probably.
it's a black woman just singing like
black woman in a black hole.
Yeah. She's like just singing the most beautiful song you've ever heard.
I don't know, man. It's something I don't want to find out unless somebody else tells me it's all clear.
Clear?
Since you can't escape a black hole, I highly doubt it's all clear.
Because, I mean, the thing is you need experimental, like, evidence of shit, right? To really say. I mean, because...
Yeah. Because the thing is, in a black hole, physics breaks down.
Yeah,
so if your physics breaks down, you have no equation to even say what the fuck is happening.
I mean, it breaks down because it's a limit of our mathematical understanding, right?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily, but it's not necessarily that if you go into a black hole, you know what I mean, there's not going to be anything physical happening.
Maybe not, but the thing is, it doesn't even factor into our equations. And that's
I know.
A sign of, like, you can't even speculate.
You can't even speculate. Yeah, I know.
Because you just don't even know what to expect at all. There's no prediction that comes from that.
I think it's like a toilet. Like things are just flushing down.
High thought of the day.
Huh?
High thought of the day. It's like a toilet, bro.
It's like a toilet, man. Black holes are like toilets, bro.
It's like God takes a shit in black holes, you know?
Like yeah. Dude, yeah, totally,
I'm
man.
catching a contact already off that statement.
Dude, yeah, I mean, seriously, like, what do you think? Like, because some people say the black holes are like, they sort of, they make sure that the universe stays random, in a sense, or they reorder the universe in a sense. Like, there's some people that think that's like a weird cosmic curiosity, where it's like, because stuff goes into the black hole, right, and then energy gets radiated out, right? As far as we know, like, at the. So, wait. I'm not an astrophysicist, but conservation laws aren't broken, right?
No. That was the whole debate, I think, that Stephen Hawking
radiation,
and
right?
Susskind had. And that's where the Hawking radiation came from.
Good. I thought so.
Yeah. Good. Your physics is still sound.
Yeah, good. Who hasn't thought about I know, right? Just like me thinking scared. I broke all the physics just by asking a simple question.
Hawking thought the energy was lost. And Susskind was like, nah. Nothing breaks conservation of energy.
Yeah, I agree with him, but But I guess Hawking was like, let's see what happens. Right?
Well, I think because Hawking developed a theory that was the thing that allowed people to discover black holes.
Yeah.
And he was just so confident in his theory. He's like, oh, it must, like, clearly energy must be lost. And fucking Susskind was like, no. And then he made it so Hawking went back and revised his shit, and that's where he came up with Hawking radiation.
Damn, what a crazy ass. This guy was trying to say conservation of energy didn't.
Yeah, I mean, well, he was following his equations, I guess, and then he realized that shit can't be right. So then he went back and revised it.
Yeah, good on Susskind, man. He's sticking to his principles, dude. Mm-hmm. First principles.
Suskind's a real guy, a real deal, man.
Yeah, man, he's legit.
All those guys are a real deal, though. Any physicist that's like at that level is the real deal.
I mean, think about
even the guys at FSU.
Yeah. But think about like the cusp, the level, because I mean, everybody is just at the cusp of knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like you have to think about physics in the beginning, right? So physics in the beginning, there's a lot of low-hanging fruit. Like photoelectric
People say
effect.
that, but that's kind of bullshit to me.
Think about
the thing
it,
is
man.
to even conceive of that stuff is not low-hanging fruit.
I mean, think about shooting a laser on a fucking... I mean, not a laser, sorry. Thinking about the photoelectric effect, right? Think about how simple that is.
Yeah,
but that experiment, how easy that is to do.
That may be, man, but like, it's not obvious that that's the effect that would happen at all. And then you still have to make the equipment to measure that. You still have to come up and conceive of that.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason these things take so long to do. They're not obvious.
Yeah,
and people
but
say that because we're looking back and seeing it. But they're going to look at our time and say, oh, that's low-hanging fruit. Gravitational wave detection, oh, it's just an interferometer, Michelson interferometer, scaled up.
Yeah.
You know, they're all going to say the same shit, too.
They knew that shit, man.
It's not low-hanging fruit.
We just didn't have money for it. Like, I'm sure, or the tech wasn't there yet.
I think it's not low-hanging fruit. I think it's just the matter of that. It's just a different time.
I guess what I'm saying is, like, now to do something groundbreaking, you're adding layers of complexity that weren't there before.
Sure.
I'm saying the boundary...
It's still really close to the same hardness, I think. So I think people push the limit of what they can do all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, new.
So we're always operating at the highest levels. It's just that the highest level changes as we learn more shit.
Yeah, I mean, you have to accumulate... I think you have to accumulate more knowledge to break the boundary.
Sure. But the thing is, like, the earlier stuff is not obvious, though. It's like the whole formulation of the system is not obvious.
Well, because a lot of the thing, like for quantum mechanics, right?
Yeah.
The foundation wasn't there. Like,
right.
Quantum mechanics...
build the whole foundation. That's not obvious at all.
No, I know. There was just... At first, there were just experiments.
Right.
A bunch of random, weird fucking experiments that people were doing. And then Dirac came around, Heisenberg came around, and we're like, let's provide a mathematical framework. And, Heisenberg came out with, Schrodinger came out with the wave equation, and then Heisenberg and, who else, Dirac? Was it Dirac? They made the matrix formulation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the matrix one obviously won because that was
Dirac made the Dirac notation.
Right, but he was using matrix mechanics, so he was using the Heisenberg. I feel like it's not Heisenberg.
I'm kind of rusty.
Is it Heisenberg?
Pauli? Wolfgang Pauli?
Nah, he was just it wasn't.
I don't remember. I'm not sure.
I'm not exactly sure who it was. One of those German guys. But yeah, anyway, like they formulated von Neumann too. Von Neumann was part of that group. But those dudes, they formulated the theory from the experiments, and that's kind of why you get modern, fucking modern quantum mechanics. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you just did experiments. Like, I guess it all started with what black body radiation, right?
I think so.
People were like, what the fuck? There's like a weird
whole ultraviolet catastrophe. I think.
Yeah. That's what people called it. They didn't know what the fuck to ascribe to it, I guess.
Right.
And then what? Oh, and then the photoelectric effect.
Mm-hmm.
And then little by little.
And then of course,
Rutherford scattering.
Double slit was a huge one.
Oh, that one was the Young's.
That was kind of the big, like, okay, some freaky shit's
we really
going
don't
on.
know what's going on.
That was the, like, final straw.
True.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like you had to come up with like weird experiments. Like you had to come up with weird experiments, but at the same time, you kind of like I'm sure you, an inquisitive mind, would easily. I would think like would be like, oh, this, you're trying to measure something. There's competing reports saying, hey, I'm measuring like the photoelectric effect. Oh, I'm measuring something behaving like a particle.
Yeah.
Like this thing is emitting like a particle.
Right.
And then somebody else says, oh no, I'm getting some wave behavior. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not sure that it would be obvious that I would come to those conclusions though, because I've not operated anything at that high of a level.
I mean, we're talking about a span of 10 years of research that just came out. People just started probing.
The thing is, I'm too busy wasting my time doing dumb shit like exams and fucking qualifying shit.
I'm not sure if they had that shit back in the day.
I don't get to even test my skill in that area.
Do you think they had that back in the day?
I don't think so. I think there were less bureaucracy and rules, so it allowed more people who were actually smart to come in.
A lot more creative people to come in. And like,
creativity gets killed over time when systems get too fucking regimented and organized.
With red tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's all like they're just fitting people into one fucking box. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
The thing is, you're grow in better ways, though,
right?
in other ways. Yeah. The thing is, you get more people being able to do things too, and you get more consistency in results.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
You're optimizing your system for everyone.
Yeah, we're trying.
You don't need Einstein's really as much anymore, I don't think.
But a lot of people are calling for it.
It would be nice, but I don't think you need them because there's more people doing it now. So you can do things incrementally. Like, eventually I think we would come up with general relativity and special relativity because of things like GPS. Like technology, when technology's on the fringe, you're going to come up with these things anyway. Yeah. Because clearly if we have satellites and we're like, okay, we want to make a global positioning system, you're going to clearly see that the time is off from up in space compared to on the ground. And you'll be like, oh, there's some weird shit going on.
Yeah.
And then you're going to come up with general relativity naturally.
Yeah.
Einstein just gave us a push and accelerated things.
Yeah. True. You're right. Yeah.
So I think all these things are kind of inevitable to be discovered. It's just that who wants to get to it first?
Yes, I think you're right. I think I never really thought about it that way, but yeah. Damn. Anyway, to save time, I did want to get to the other topics you wanted to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking, what was it called?
Which one do you want? I got two. How about CRISPR babies?
Yeah, that's the one.
CRISPR babies.
So CRISPR, for people that don't know, is like a gene editing thing, right?
Yes, exactly. So basically, yeah, exactly like you said, Juan. It's a new type of gene editing. And the thing about this thing that I just read in the news is there's these twins, Lulu and Nana. They were modified before birth by a Chinese team led by a guy named He Jiankui, I guess is how you say his name. And he edited their genes to make them immune to HIV.
Damn.
But the thing is, recently they just released a thing saying that they might also have enhanced cognition and memory abilities from this edit.
Yeah.
So we're basically inventing super babies right now.
Hell yeah.
And
I'm ready for it.
There's a deletion of CCR5 that's involved with this treatment. So apparently they're deleting a gene, which is already sketchy. And it's shown to make rats smarter and improve their brain recovery after stroke.
Interesting.
So this is why they believe that there's going to be some mental enhancement or cognition effect along with this, because in the studies they've done with rats, it made them smarter.
Finally, yes, we're pushing the boundary.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
But little did he know, the Chinese government has called this an abomination.
Right. Well, everybody does. Anybody in the scientific community calls it that.
And they have now sentenced him to death.
Yeah. I don't know if they've sentenced him yet.
They literally have sentenced him to death.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think he deserves it?
No.
No. So you think mad science is okay?
If parents, if they want to have babies and they're like, this baby's going to live inside of me, I get to choose what kind of baby I have inside of me.
Let me ask you this.
What?
What if they edit the wrong shit? Now you have a fly mutation, and those offspring reproduce with other humans, and now other humans start to change into the Fly like Jeff Goldblum, and now we fucked up with something that's irreversible, and now these genes are propagating. So now you've literally edited humans in a way that might be
too close to the sun if that's the case, man. But that's the cost.
Well, that's why you do these things incrementally.
Yeah.
Not like fucking.
Oh, they shouldn't have gone crazy and just been like, they should have done one at a time. Or if not, or at least helped themselves to. I mean, here's the thing, though. They don't really know if it's going to cause anything because the human genome is so complex and so. Like a lot of people think that junk DNA. So we have a lot of DNA that we don't. No, I mean, from what I've read, I'm not an expert, but like I need to preface this.
Yeah,
there's supposedly a lot of junk DNA that that's just sort of there, and apparently it's there so that whenever we like get older and more mutations start happening, those genes are there so that we can sort of, I guess. What is it, like a buffering of the damage? There's like a theory that says that
the whole telomere stuff.
Yeah. They say that junk DNA is there so that it can help mitigate damage from mutations.
Well, I actually read something where junk DNA was actually involved with epigenetics, and they just recently discovered that.
What do you mean more involved with epigenetics?
It has something to do with epigenetics.
Like it depends on the environment that you're in.
Yeah,
the activator,
and certain things can get switched on or off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And they just only recently discovered this. So that's why it's like we can't be editing genes if we don't have the comprehension for it.
I see what you're saying. At the same time, what does it take to like, because we're pushing ourselves. We have to kind of put, like, I'm not saying we have to push ourselves, but I think if people want to do this, they should. And if they can't do it,
But do you think it's a little early?
No.
When we don't know anything about genes?
I don't know if we don't know anything, but
like we're really in the dark still.
Yeah, but we'll learn, man. These are like, these babies are gonna be born are gonna be like the first man on the moon kind of thing. Like if they succeed, because we already had what's the sheep's name, Laverne or Shirley or something like that.
Or Donnie or something.
Dolly. Yes, Dolly.
The grandma name.
Yeah, I was thinking one of those old names. Yeah. Gladys, one of those.
Like Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
I was looking her up the other day. She's a badass.
Yeah, she's great, man.
Yeah.
No, man, yeah, like Dolly. Like we remember Dolly because she was a sacrificial sheep to like our scientific knowledge. But we also use a lot of pigs. Pigs are very close to our genome.
Well, because they're all... Well, I don't know about sheep, but pigs are related to humans very closely genetically. That's why we use rats, too. Yeah. They're extremely close to us genetically.
Yeah.
And the problem is, though, with this kind of stuff is if you don't know enough, you could be opening Pandora's box. Like, the thing is, this is why science has trial periods and we have ethics and all this stuff. Because if you rush into this kind of thing, you could be creating the next fucking monster,
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, I see what you're saying. I think we should use
know enough.
I think we should use gene editing for life-threatening diseases.
Well, this is what he's trying to use it for.
Yeah, but HIV isn't death-threatening. Like, it's like, yeah, sure, it's something that happens to you, and it can be sexually transmitted. It can be, you can get it through, like, needle, whatever, infections and shit.
Yeah.
But it should be used for something like, say, epileptic, like, if your child's probably going to have, I don't know if you can edit out Down syndrome. Can you edit out Down syndrome? I don't think so. I don't know.
CRISPR is so new, and I'm not a biologist.
I'm pretty sure you can only remove a couple things, right?
And the thing is, Down syndrome, I think, is already a deletion, I want to say, like on the 21st chromosome.
Oh, it's a shortening of a chromosome, right?
Or deletion of some type.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, in any case, yeah.
I don't know.
In any case, that's nature's attempt at, gene editing.
Oh, no, Down syndrome is the extra chromosome. So maybe,
it's extra.
Yeah, so maybe.
Well, there you go.
This one says this was deletion of CCR5. So I'm not sure if CRISPR can only delete, but I think my understanding is CRISPR is like basically you can cut and paste different genes anywhere. So maybe it can delete and add.
Yeah, we need to have Jackson on here to talk about this.
Yeah, I know.
If he knows,
we're going to have him on here at one point for sure. Because he can tell us all this shit. Yeah, I probably should have saved that for him.
No, we can bring it up. Yeah, we can bring it up. No, yeah, I mean, just as far as opinions go, like, I think we should. I mean, we should move towards this direction, but we should really only focus as a community, as scientific community. We should probably say like, yeah, I mean, we can probably maybe have people edit out really life-threatening diseases or whatever. Not
Sounds willy-nilly, man. Sounds willy-nilly.
But I mean, leave the choice up to those people. Like, yeah, I get that. You know, you're gonna born a child that has this gene edited outside of them, and they have no choice on it. But we still do circumcision.
But this is the problem I have.
What?
You could be spreading inadvertently horrific shit without even knowing. You're like, okay, leave it to these people,
but you'll know
if they reproduce, not necessarily.
You'll know within 2 generations or something.
I'm not convinced.
I mean, even then, like, I still think. Look, either that happens naturally through mutation, like maybe they can do soft. I mean, who knows if this is because you're worried about a cataclysmic effect.
I want to know everything before we start doing crazy shit. We don't just randomly flip buttons and whatnot and see what happens.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not science.
But you're worried about a cascade effect.
Yeah,
like a negative cascade effect.
And reproduction is like a cascade effect because you know if you have 2 kids and then those 2 kids have 2 kids. You know, you're
It's
exponentially growing.
Yeah,
so it's not good.
But I think I get what you're saying, and I still think it's worth a try.
Me too, but maybe in the future we're not ready. I think even the quote on there.
I don't know what this guy. If he was like, I'm an absolute madman. I'm fucking crazy. I really don't get the scope of all this. Unless he was able to say, hey, yeah, you know, we have these papers that say, like, oh, we have all this peer-reviewed research that says, like, oh, yeah, this particular gene is definitely the one that controls this kind of thing.
I think the consensus from the entire scientific community on that guy is he's a madman.
He's crazy.
Yeah, it says that pretty much everybody was like, oh, he's serious. Like, they thought he was joking about these kind of things. Oh. Like, he's kind of way on the fringe. That's why he's being executed or whatever.
Fuck, man. I don't think he should be.
I don't know if he's being executed, but he's facing.
Sure I read
he's facing a bad time in China.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
he broke like all the major tenets of science.
He's a brave
and
man.
ethics.
My hat goes off to you.
Even for China, though. Yeah. I mean, you really know you fucked up.
Yeah.
They have like no fucking standards over there.
Yeah. My hat goes off to him. Yeah, I don't know, man. He's brave. No, I still think it's short-sighted and everything, but you know, I think I agree with you. It is kind of dangerous, but it's still worth doing, in my opinion.
In the future, possibly. I'll concede to the future, but for now, I'm not convinced.
But yeah. Oh, you little fucker!
She scratched you.
Scratched my nuts. Get up. Anyway,
yeah.
So, what was the last thing?
More topics?
Yeah, what was that last thing?
Oh, okay, last thing.
The last one. I was like, let me get to it.
So Trump's border wall, kind of a boring political one, but it's what we do here. We do politics. We're not going to shy away. We're not like these pussy other podcasts who don't talk politics.
Trump.
All right. So it's just basically, I wanted to see what's your take on Trump's border wall. It says basically he's allocating 1.4 billion, or this is his plan.
Yeah.
He wants to utilize the 1.4 billion that Congress approved from him for the new border barriers. He already got that signed. He's gonna allocate $600 million Treasury Department asset forfeiture fund. I didn't get to look at what that meant, so
asset forfeiture fund.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
What the fuck? Are you kidding? Because that's money that the government gets from arresting people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there's already criminal justice reform. Like, there's a lot of people saying that that's something the government shouldn't do. So when they book you, they basically seize whatever you have.
Oh, that asset forfeiture.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Forfeiture.
Right?
Yeah,
like, you're forfeiting regardless if you want to or not.
Yeah, you committed a crime. And yeah. So in that case, they hold on to
so he's getting $600 million from that. So they must be getting some good shit.
Jesus Christ.
And then so it seems like right now he's playing the game of trying to reallocate budgets.
Yeah, that's
in
one
a really
brick.
Sleazy way.
$600 million, one brick.
Yeah.
Come on, let's be real. How expensive is that wall going to be for 2 yards of fucking brick wall?
Well, the thing is, his whole wall they were projecting was going to be $15 billion at the minimum.
Jesus.
And he's like trying to scrounge from anything now.
Just change.
He's going to ruin looking this shit like all his other failed businesses.
Just looking at the sofa cushions of Congress for change and shit.
He is. That's basically what he's doing.
Jesus.
And then the last thing it says he has is he's trying to put $2.5 billion from the military counter-drug account. And it must be spent by the end of the fiscal year, which is September 30th.
Damn.
So, and right now it says 16 states are filing a lawsuit against him, the 16-state coalition or something. Yeah. All led by Democrats, except for maybe one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be Texas because Texas should, or Arizona, maybe, I don't know. They should all oppose the wall just because the federal government would have to seize the land because there's no clear defined border. Like, imagine when you define a border, you're relinquishing any possible land because right now it's just like a gray area. Just like, oh, we're defending this. This is basically, a sort of like a thickness to the border wall in a sense. Like there's a range at which, we call this American soil, but if we put a border, we're defining where our section begins and it ends. Yeah, and it's also an ecological disaster because now you cut off migration for like. I think coyotes and a species of like mountain lion and whatever. So not only do you have that, but there's a bunch of other arguments that I've heard that have just been like, it would just be a fucking waste of money.
It's a waste of money in almost every sense of a waste of money.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest idea. And also I read something where it says like the immigration crisis that we're in, like.
Immigration
the immigrants don't even come from through the wall. It's like all the things they're coming through the open doors already.
Yeah, they overstay their visas.
Yeah, it's like the wall has nothing to do with anything. It's just they call it the Trump vanity project essentially, which I agree with it 100%.
Yeah,
he just wants to look back in the future and think that he actually contributed something to this nation.
That's his healthcare.
Yeah,
that's his healthcare. That's his like Obamacare.
That's Trump's healthcare. His fucking vanity shit. It's got to be something just to remind you of his shit stain of a fucking presidency.
Yeah. Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
It's not even. I would love for it to just build one wall and then there's just one wall dedicated to Trump and then like it's just a small segment and it becomes like a relic. Over time, it's like, oh, we had a president that tried to build a wall.
It's the most gaudy wall with like gold,
like just for fun.
It's got a big T on it.
I mean, I will admit that it probably, like a wall will probably lower. I think there was somebody sent me an article or something, or not sent me, but I clicked on an article that somebody linked about how there was a border town near El Paso, because El Paso's on the fucking armpit of Mexico and Texas, and there's like a border there, and apparently there was like always people coming in and out of the town. Like the town is literally right there, right in the fucking border. So with no clear boundaries, there's a lot of Mexican nationals that were coming over, committing crimes and shit, and then just going back. So in that sense, there are certain places where I guess it kind of would make sense.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't really be like, the federal government should go there and probably should build a wall there, but not necessarily building a coast, like a whole fucking gigantic, massive
wall of America.
That doesn't make any sense. Like, and especially saying that that's for security, like
it's not. It's the dumbest idea in almost every respect.
Like the drug cartels aren't like they've already found like I've read this like. For the span of 20 years, maybe I've read that like the cartel builds tunnels.
Yeah, so they're going underneath anyway.
Yeah. I'm just
then I think Trump said he had wall technology. He's the best wall technology to stop that.
Just C4s, just like everywhere. I mean, might as well just
the walls
do
have like
C4s.
spikes that just
We should really, honestly, if he wants to build a wall, he should just build like an American Ninja Warrior like track. So if Mexicans
if you
want
can get in, then you can. If you can pass the course, you get in.
Mexico sends their best people.
They've all passed the trials.
Yeah.
The Ninja Warrior
They're
wall.
all American Ninja Warriors. Dude.
We only want the strongest.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, man. Then you get Mexican women build like shit brick houses. Like, just fucking. Dude, that would be a wall that I'd be like, that's fun and like, it deters some people. It deters the lazy people. And it's
what about
harmless.
the kids, though?
Huh?
What about kids?
They can wait. They can wait to prove themselves.
You just throw them over the wall. You got a kid toss.
Damn, man. Oh man, I told you that story about that kid, right? Who like crossed the border.
No.
My brother had a friend who got deported, and he didn't know he wasn't a citizen.
Oh, he's got 21 savaged.
Yeah, well, I mean, his parents never told him that he wasn't like natural. Like, he was too young.
That's what
but he was raised.
21.
He was raised in America, and like he was American by all means. Like, he didn't know how to speak Spanish, so when they deported his ass, like he ended up back in Mexico, lived with like a family that he didn't really know Spanish, so he was just like, what the fuck? And then he ended up making his way back, or he obviously America's his home, so he was like, I got to go back home to my family. So this dude went missing, and like for a while, and like apparently he hit up his friends and was like, yeah, dude, I'm in Mexico and shit, and like, so yeah, his parents thought they were never gonna see him again because it's like, dude, that's like,
it's hard to come back.
It's hard to come back.
But he's a kid, so you have better opportunity too.
He was like 17 or something. Well, he was like, I don't know, he was a teenager, so I don't know.
Yeah, but there's ways when you're young.
Yeah, anyway, he found his way back because like what he did was he ended up taking like a shady ass route or something. He ended up finding or going to a border town and then finding a family to get him like a coyote to smuggle him over.
A coyote? You mean a kayak?
They call them coyotes, but it's like a coyote. It's like a smuggler, somebody who smuggles goods over the border. So in this case, like smuggle people or drugs or whatever. Oh, you bitch! And like in this case, like when he decided to go with them, and they were smuggling a family, and he was among those people. I know I'm getting long-winded, but like
yeah. I'm basically time too.
But basically what ended up happening was like he ends up finding people arranging, goes through this, and as they're switching like routes or hands or something, this dude gets pissed. I guess he didn't like give him the money or something, or the exchange of money wasn't had. One guy shoots, this kid starts running, and he says he just starts running in the desert. He just because it's the border. It's just, West Texas is like just desert.
Right. Yeah.
So he just runs, and he just hears gunshots and just runs. And just runs in the desert, and he like I think he said he was there for a couple days. He just remembers like getting to a point where he like went into like some cave or something that he had found, and he was like, I'm fucking dying. I'm dying right here.
Damn.
I'm dead. And he was like saying like how he was
cell phone?
Nah, bro. He was yeah, nothing.
Damn.
He said he was laying in the cave and just thinking, wow, like this is how I'm gonna fucking die. Like it's
2 days. What a pussy.
Well, 3 days or something. Like I don't know. He said on the third day he was hallucinating like a lot.
Oh yeah.
And he started like
modern people have never been under that strain, so I guess because the thing is, I think he can survive for 7 days without water.
I think it's 3.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think it's 3.
Oh shit, he might have
7 days without food.
I thought it was 14 without food.
Maybe you're right. I guess it depends on your body mass.
I don't know.
But in that case,
because the ring girl fell in a well, so she had water, and she said 7 days. Oh, okay. So maybe you're right.
Yeah. But no, like in this case, I mean, he was in the desert too, so you can imagine. Like he was saying that he saw some. He said he experienced something so uniquely spiritual that it was strange because he remembers, like on the day he thought he was gonna die, he remembers seeing some like. He called it like a guidance of some sort that he ended up just following. He was hallucinating. Like he was like, there's no way this is fucking real. But he ended up following it. And when he followed it, he just remembered getting to a certain point and just collapsing. And the next thing he knows, like, he wakes up and he's in like some people's house.
Oh,
and
they
there was like
found
a family.
him.
Yeah, there's a family that found him.
Damn, what
like
luck.
in some estranged, yeah. And I was like, dude, I can imagine extrapolating that experience. Like you're seeing something, some guiding force that tells you to just walk a certain way. And you're walking, and then you just wake up the next day. You're still alive, like, and you thought you were gonna fucking die.
Right.
So this kid had a powerful fucking spiritual experience, and then like,
he is spiritual guide.
Dude, it was. I mean, I couldn't believe it, but my brother was like, "Yeah, dude, this shit was crazy."
Cool.
And he, apparently he recovered. Actually, he stayed with the family because that actually takes a huge toll on you. Like, he apparently lived with that family for a couple months. And then once he gathered his strength, he was like, yeah, I got to get across the border. And then I think they gave him they smuggled him better. They got him a better ride. So, and this way he was able to get across the border. And then once he got him
a wolf instead of a coyote.
Yeah. So once he was able to get across the border, he then went home and then, I guess got his papers fixed. I don't know. That's all I know. But
nice.
But yeah.
Inspirational story.
But that's how fucking easy it is to get into the... No, I'm just kidding. No, but see, like, to me, it's like, you can be an illegal alien, or you can be an illegal immigrant, but to me, if you're not really committing crimes, like, what's the harm?
The thing is, they don't know your record. That's the problem with these things that's coming in. Remember in Scarface when they're asking, like, are you a criminal? You can never really know because you don't have the paperwork.
Yeah, but if you have a state... Like, a lot of states are just... Like California does this. They give you a state ID so that they can ID you, even if you don't have any federal, like, I think.
Well, then you're just starting your ID, though, there.
Yeah.
It doesn't have anything about your past. So you could be in a gang. They have to find out if you're in a gang by looking at your tattoos and looking at whatever, you know.
I mean, yeah, at that point, like, it's just, like, yeah, I'm saying if you're committing crimes and you get caught committing a crime, like, that's when your status should come up and be like, all right, you committed burglary or something.
You mean in the U.S.?
Yeah. Or an assault. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's when they should look at your status and be like, oh, okay, this guy committed this crime. This, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you get caught for a traffic violation, like, I see videos all the time where it's like, some people are like, why would ICE do this? ICE is like going to a town in Montana or something. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon. ICE is going to a town in Montana and raiding a fucking factory of Mexican workers and shit. And then just by the time the kids get home, their parents are in some detention center, waiting to be processed and go to fucking trial and then be shipped off and shit. So to me, there has to be a human element where we have to be like, all right, you know, these people aren't really committing crimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the thing is, this administration wants you to believe that every Mexican is a criminal.
Or so. I mean, I look, a lot of them think like, you cross this imaginary line, you're on the same level of a murderer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the level of criminality that these people apparently are at. But it's like, it's clearly not. Like,
it's racism, man. What are you gonna do? It's never ending.
Yeah, man. It's like the Trayvon Martin thing, like, where it's like, you know, you're wearing a hoodie and you know, and you're buying Skittles.
Should have been carrying a bag of Skittles with a hoodie on.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you should be suspicious. Like, Jesus, come on, people. Like, come. No, I'm obviously exaggerating.
Can't change him. What are you gonna do?
I'm exaggerating, but yeah, like it's at that level of like like you guys don't fucking get it. Anyway,
that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Let's say goodbye with Bill O'Reilly.
Let's see, we always do Bill.
Okay, which one should we go out with? What's this?
Why do you always push that one?
I don't know why. I guess it's that sound.
Damn it.
You son of a bitch.
There we go. You son of a bitch, Juan.
Yeah. What's this one?
Smoke weed every day.
That's smoke weed.
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
Smoke weed every day.
You got to hit that one a couple times.
Smoke weed every day.